I say to most people at this level of education and intelligence, like, there's no financial risk, there's only ego risk.
Yeah, well, talk about that a little bit more because in this community, like you just kind of mind fucked me slightly back in the other room, which is this idea of like, do we have risk?
Yeah, most of the people when I step into a room like this, I think everybody in this room has subject-verb agreement, some level of education, is pretty ambitious and intelligent, which means they can get a job anywhere. So when they go out to start their business, from a financial perspective, they have zero risk, zero. You're not going to be homeless, you will not be starving, you will be clothed, sheltered, and feed yourself. What risk you have is your ego. You don't want to be a garbage man, or you don't want to be a waiter, or you don't want to be a restaurant worker. And so therefore, you can't take that ego hit and then you will not go live your dreams. You'll play it safe to stay in your ego space, in your relative position amongst your friends. You don't want to look like an idiot to yourself, because sometimes we're our own worst critic. And so when people talk about risk, you know, I was at Rice yesterday at the business school, and he says, well, I talked to these MBA graduates about losing it all and risk. And I literally said, what the fuck are you talking about, losing it all? These guys can get a job tomorrow. Six-figure job tomorrow, you know, there's no risk, right? And so earlier on in my life, when I was a screen clerk, I was making like $16,000 a year. My friend left the floor to go become a waiter, and he was making $75,000 a year cash in New York. This was like 20 years ago, right? So what risk did he have? He just quit and didn't want to go do it. And I went chasing the big dream, you know, to be the big trader and make a bunch of money. And so I say to most people at this level of education and intelligence, like, there's no financial risk, there's only ego risk.